Hi all and welcome to another card creation for Cat Scrappiness. We're going to be using this new Happy Foliole, if that's how you say it, and also some more other stamp sets and dies from the Cat Scrappiness. I'm going to be repeat stamping these leaves here with a nice grey ink. This is a Twilight from Catherine Pooler. You can use any grey ink, any soft subtle background ink that can be used for a background ink. This is just my ink of choice for today's card creation. So I'm repeat stamping. There's no method. It's literally just going by eye on this one. It was really quick to repeat stamp this and it didn't take long at all. So that's my background. Done, dusted, moving on. So I'm going to be using this scalloped collage die and I'm going to be using the frame by cutting off some of it, so I actually only want to use half of it. So I'm creating my own little frame, so it's another way to use this. It's got this beautiful scallops and it's got some stitching in the actual frame, so it's beautiful. This is the insert of that. I'm not wasting anything here, and I actually used Copic paper because I'm going to Copic color this image. So this is the largest image. This stamp set has got some beautiful pumpkins, leaves. It's really that fall look, and this vase with this array of flowers here is just beautiful. Now I'm going to stamp this twice. So any alcohol ink that you could use with alcohol markers is great. I've got the Ultra New here, but you can use Stays On, is it Stays On or Memento, any of those kind of alcohol resistant inks. I've got some colors here from my Copic collection. I've got a very small collection, and so I tend to use the same colors over and over again. Because I've got a small collection, you see here that I do a tip to tip technique where I pick up some extra ink from the tip and from the lightest marker to the darkest, and then so I'm kind of getting that gradient look just by doing it. As I said, I don't have much. I am slowly starting to build my collection. I had to dust off my Copics and now they've kind of resurfaced and I'm just falling in love with them all over again. So just working on the vase here, I feel like this color combo I'm using is my kind of go-to color combo, and because it's been a while, it's really refreshing to use. I love aquas, and corals and oranges. That kind of combination just seems to work really well for me, and I tend to love coloring in those colors. I will branch out, I swear. Okay, so again, picking it up with some inks here and then just blending that out. So with my technique, I suppose with my Copic, I'm going light towards the middle, just to feel like that it gives that vase a little bit of depth and shadowing there. Now working with my YR14 here, and just giving that vase a little bit more color. Now onto the florals. So I'm coloring the heart in a pinky peachy tone and some yellows as well. So nothing special with my coloring. I just really enjoy the process. I feel like a kid again when I do all the coloring. I think it's lovely. I think it's therapeutic. My kids are usually next to me coloring in most likely the image that I've stamped twice, and I get them to do it next to me as well. So yeah, just part of a process of welcoming the family into, I suppose, doing it together. It's really lovely. Okay, so really once I am happy with the colouring, I'm actually going to fussy cut that, and I'm going to do it off screen. I'm sorry, but I didn't really want you to watch me. I'm not really good at fussy cutting anyway, but I really didn't want you to watch me do that whole process again over and over with the fussy cutting. What I am going to do is I'm going to also colour the frame that I've created here from that die with Copic. So it's the same color ink as the vase, so therefore I feel like it's kind of coordinating, if so be it. And I'm just using I suppose they call it the flat part of that, the Copics. I think it's got a special name. Is it called the broad tip, medium broad tip? There you go. Okay, so fussy cutting this around with some paper snips, really close with a really small white margin around the edge. Now I'm going to use some liquid adhesive. I'm going to glue this on a top folding black card base here. I find using a liquid adhesive gives me some wiggle room just in case I don't get that positioned right. And then I'm going to adhere the frame directly on as well. The dimension I'm going to add with the foam is behind the actual vase. There you go. Now I go a little bit excessive with the vase, the adhesive. It's just what I do. It's just something I've always done, and that's going to pop up. I'm also going to do the sentiment. I've got a white strip of cardstock. The sentiment I'm going to use is from the Everyday Brushstroke. This has got some beautiful sentiments. The actual brushstrokes itself is awesome, but I love the little sentiments it uses. It has in that collection. So I'm using the Just For You. I like this typed looking font. It's just one of my favorite fonts to play with, and I'm going to create my own colored cardstock again. So, you know, if your colored cardstock is not that, I suppose, excessive, you can do it yourself, just like I did with the frame. So here I'm just going to make sure that I'm going to use the coordinating, I suppose, color to the colors that I used when I colored that vase. I've got some Versamark ink here and some Wow Embossing opaque bright white in Superfine. It's my go-to powder for white. I'm sorry, it's just one of those beautiful powders no matter what surface you use it on, and cardstock, it's bright, and they're henceforth the name, but it's so good. So just heat setting that with my Wow heat tool, and I'm going to trim that around just to make it smaller to size. And then I'm going to pop that up with some foam adhesive. And that is my card. Very simple card, but I just love the whole colouring process. I really am sinking my teeth into this. I think I'm going to have to go back to online card classes and just watch some tutorials again on it, just to kind of re-educate myself with the whole Copic colouring process. Hope you enjoyed today's card creation. It's a fairly simple card. Please leave me a comment and come say hi onto the blog and YouTube. Thanks for watching. See you later.